Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Ana Sofia, and we're going to learn how to make a teacher love you. I think that's important because I know that there's a quote that says, this is literally true. It says, if there's people that don't like you, move along and ignore them. But we can't ignore teachers because we're with them for like a year or more than a year. So we have to learn how to cope and be sociable with them in a way that they love us back. Why? Because our grades matter. And also we have to learn to see the positive side of every situation. And I'm going to teach you how to make them love you back. So your grades don't suffer and so you're not miserable every time you go to school. Because I understand how it feels like when a teacher doesn't love you. I understand. I've been there, and I'm going to tell you what to do. What to do. And no matter if I was so sweet or nice to them, they still didn't like me. And I learned how to make them love me. And I want to share that with you guys. So how to make a teacher love you is the topic of today's discussion. So the first way to make them love you is ask them if you can eat lunch with them. If you're bad at making conversations, ask friends to join you. Creates bond did this in middle school. I did this at the beginning of middle school with a teacher, Mrs. Di Natale, and I used to eat with the popular girls. I would invite the popular girls to eat there, and well, she invited us, but I felt like there was a bond between our teacher, Mrs. Di Natale, and us because we came up with weird conversations and we made jokes and it was nice. But I feel that Mrs. Principal Robin Blowers, who used to be my principal in high school, she did the same thing with me. She wanted to eat with me. And I thought, I think she wants to eat with me because she knows I'm a nice girl. But I have no conversations to make. And I think my mistake was not inviting maybe some popular girl group and say, hey, Principal Mrs. Blowers wants to eat with me. Do you want to join me? And find someone else. If they don't want to do it, they don't want to go. Find someone else who does and who has a good reputation and is kind with you and with authority like principal. So I think I regret it because I didn't eat with her. I was shy. And I think I would have been less shy if I would have eaten with other girls, because by eating with other girls, they themselves keep the conversation going, because something that they might have an experience or a story they might have, you might not have, and that makes you less shy to eat. So I think ask them if you can eat lunch with them. I think that's one way to make them love you, because you build a bond. And invite other friends if you're shy. Sit in the front of the classroom. Most people avoid this because they don't want to participate. Solution: always raise your hand to participate when you know the answers, and watch how teachers don't force you to participate when you don't know the answer. Example, Mr. Allegretti's class. I used to be in Mr. Allegretti's class, and for example, I always volunteered whenever he asked a question that I knew, because that meant that questions that I didn't know, he wouldn't force me to answer them. This is true. He wouldn't let me answer questions that he made to the class. He said, no, Sophie, let them answer it. And I found this tip that it works. Always participate every time you want to avoid being asked, and participate when you don't know the answer. So participate when you know the answer. Always participate when you know the answer. And watch how the teacher gets annoyed that you only participate in class, and he lets the other team members in your classroom answer that question that you don't know. Because he would say, he would literally say to me, Sophie, let them participate. And I was like, yes, because I don't know the answer. Because I don't know the answer. So do that. Solution. Use SparkNotes. If it's a hard class, use Mathway for algebra, trigonometry, precalculus, and calculus. Okay, so use SparkNotes for English class. Instead of reading the book, the like Romeo and Juliet, read SparkNotes because it's gonna help you more that way than reading the book that you don't understand over and over and over again, lost and confused because you don't understand the material of Romeo and Juliet. It's better to read it on SparkNotes and take notes from SparkNotes. And I promise you, you will be able to sit in the front and participate more. And Mathway for algebra, trigonometry, precalculus, and calculus helped save my life, especially for trigonometry and algebra. Because, for example, when I was at home doing my homework and I got stuck on one, I used to go to Mathway, and they said, for a free trial, you can try us one question, ask one question. And I was like, oh no, it wasn't one question. It was for a day. For a day, you can use Mathway for one day. And after that, you're going to have to pay. And what I did was, I actually used it. I made another Google account. This is a secret. Another Google account. And I got another free day. And I used to do that. It's a secret. I used to do that because I was poor. I didn't have any money. So in that time, it was like into the 2011, and they had only one day where you could use Mathway, and that's how I used it. I created accounts, new accounts with different names. So it helped me a lot. It's a secret. Okay, so solution. If you have trouble for sitting in the front and you don't want to participate, if you have trouble doing your homework if you have trouble doing your homework first, and the question you're stuck on a question, Google it. Google the problem word for word and watch how they answer a similar problem online or the same one. So you say, I did this in the university. I Googled questions about accounting, and they were the exact same question answered online, and sometimes it would be the same one but with different numbers. And I was like, oh, so I would understand how to do it. So do that. Google is your friend, and that's how you can participate and sit in the front. Take notes of their class. When you take notes of anything that the teacher says, they automatically notice you and love you a lot because it shows that you care about their subject and it shows that you care about what they're talking about in class. With these tips, I was promoted to take APs, college level classes in high school, college English, college math, and college Spanish in high school. Accept failure, but get back up. Example, honors English, I got rejected. However, I got promoted to college English after 2 years after that incident. So I got honors English, I got booed out. I was moved out of honors English. But 2 years later, I was promoted to take college English in high school. So don't give up. Don't think, oh, I just got out of honors English, or I just failed the test. That means that I'm a failure and I'm gonna fail my other assignments. No, that's not true. Just because you fail at something does not mean that it determines your future. So you have to get back up. Have to get back up and accept failure, but get back up. Okay, give gifts to teachers. Give gifts, even if it's a card, just a card from the dollar store, or something from the dollar store. But don't tell them it's from the dollar store. You just buy it from the dollar store. Say, Mom, my teacher's birthday is coming up this month. Can we go to the dollar store? Do that, and buy them a card from the dollar store and something like a little gift, and that way you spend only $2 or $3. My second mother, I consider her my second mother, is my grandma, because I love both of my moms, but I love my grandma too as a mother. And she told me a story of a boy who used to give gifts to all the teachers, extravagant gifts, just gifts, all of his throughout middle school. and he was the dumbest boy. She told me he was the dumbest boy she ever met. But because he gave her a gift and to other teachers, they passed him with good grades, with 80s, with 80s. I never like actually like I never actually have had a problem when I give gifts to the teacher. I mean, that boy wasn't as smart as he looked, but he was smart in a way that he gave them gifts, and then they felt compelled to make him their friend, and they were able to pass him in that class. So give gifts for their birthdays. For example, I had a history teacher that didn't like me. I don't know, she didn't like me. I was doing my test, and I took out my translator. It was in middle school in St. Mary's Institute. And I was doing my exam, and I took my translator, and she says, no, you can't use a translator in English in history class. And I was like, but I don't understand some words. And she's like, no, you can't use it. And then my mom talked to the principal, and the principal said I could use it, but she still didn't like me, and I didn't know how to make her like me. And what did I do? My mom helped me make a nopales salad with nopales, with cactus and tomatoes and onions and lemon and salt, and it was so good. And I gave her chips. I brought her chips, and I said, this is for you, because my mom and I made it for you for this special day that it's your birthday. And she was like, oh, that's so sweet, thank you. And since that day, she stopped treating me bad. Yes. So ask for their birthday and bring cupcakes, cookies for the whole class, or only for them, or just to make them better. Say thank you for being a good teacher, and bring them a gift. Just say, even if it's not their birthday, or their birthday doesn't land on a school day, say, this gift is for you because you're such a wonderful teacher to me. So that's a tip if their birthday is not celebrated on the school year. Alright, take showers and brush your teeth. That's one way to make a teacher love you, because bad hygiene equals bad reputation. Wash your teeth every morning and lunch to avoid bad breath. This results in no cavities. I haven't had a cavity since 2 years ago, because I just brush my teeth every time I eat, and I haven't had a cavity. So bring gum or fresh mints for emergencies. Sometimes even if you brush your teeth, you can still smell. Like, for example, I went to Banco Libertad, and there was this guy who literally, it was an employee. I wanted to throw up because his breath smelled bad. Everybody has had a day where their breath smells weird throughout their life. It's happened to everyone. The thing is, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do to prevent it from happening again? From happening again. And one way to avoid it from happening again is by brushing your teeth and bringing your toothbrush and your toothpaste with you. And bring gum if it's the last resource, if there's no water to brush them. Be polite. Oh, I cannot stress this enough. If you want your teacher to love you, be polite. Always say thank you, please, and you're welcome. Thank you for helping me out after school. Thank you for helping me out with this homework. Thank you. If you don't say thank you, people are going to say, I'm not going to help her anymore with her homework. Or I'm not going to help her with, I'm going to help her, but I'm going to be like, whatever, girl. Like, stop asking questions. Always say thank you. Please, and you're welcome. Okay, for the bathroom. Go to the bathroom at the beginning or ending of class, and only in emergencies. Only in emergencies. I cannot stress this enough, because some people just go through the lesson and they don't get they don't take notes. They miss some things that the teacher said, and then they're like, I'm confused, I don't understand this, because they didn't take notes. So you can miss a lot of good things and a lot of good conversations from just going to the bathroom during class. So do it at the beginning or ending. Beginning or ending. And your teacher will love you because he knows that you care about what he's going to say in class, during class. Do your homework. Take this advice seriously. Teachers don't like lazy students. Make the effort. Do harder homework first and then easier. Because I feel all the time, I'm not going to stop repeating it. When I started doing the easier homework first, I ended up taking until probably like 8 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock at night to finish it, and I would play music and I would have fun doing it. And then the harder homework was like, whoa, I'm sleeping until 11 o'clock because this is too hard, and I should have focused less on the easier homework, and I should have not put the music on. I should have finished it more faster, the easier homework. So always start with the harder homework first, and once you start with the harder homework first, it's going to be easier for you to finish it quicker. Or even if it takes you to 8 p.m. or 9 p.m., the harder homework first. Once you arrive at your house, start doing it, the harder homework. And then it's going to take you until 8 or 9. And then the easier homework, you can just take your time after that. You'll probably do it more faster than because you've already finished the hard homework. So you'll do it faster and you'll go to sleep at probably like 10. Don't skip class if you want teachers to love you. If it was easy, everybody would do it. I know it's hard. I know sometimes you don't want to go to class, but don't skip class. Trust the teacher with your personal life. It will build friendship. One thing that I regret doing is not trusting my teachers with my personal life or counselors, because I thought that if I shared personal details, they would be weird. They wouldn't treat me as nicely as I thought they would treat me. So what I do is, what I did was I didn't trust them with my personal life, but I did with Miss Hawkins, my math teacher, and she helped me out with my math homework. So it will build friendship. So use your intuition to tell you, to a certain extent, to tell you whether you should trust the teacher with your personal life or not. But it will build friendship. Exception. If the teacher is mean or not nice, after doing all of these things, what should you do? You should talk to your counselor and change the class to someone else. That's what I advise you to do. Change it with someone else. If you can't, talk to your teacher and tell them the truth. It's okay to cry. My history teacher, I cried to her. I cried to Mrs. DiNatale, one of my teachers, because I thought she didn't like me, my history teacher. And she talked to my history teacher, and she came over, and she made me feel better. And then that's when I made her the nopales salad. I gave her the gift of the nopales salad. But it's okay to talk to your teacher, too. If you're in college, drop the class. My experience was that one time I had an English professor in college in St. Rose, and this English professor was like, he was really mean. He was really mean to everyone. He only gave people in his class 70s. Only in his class. Nobody got higher than an 80 or a 90. And even if I participated all the time in class, he didn't care about that. He didn't raise my grade higher. He was giving me a C, even after all the effort that I put in that class. And I was like, I'm going to drop it. I'm going to drop this class. No, this is going to ruin my grade. And I dropped it. The end. Have you ever had a bad teacher experience, and what did you do? Put it down in the comments. I would love to hear about it from you guys. Well, anyways, thank you and bye.